I'm keep going back to that Trump Truth Social post where he's talking about Obama writing the Epstein list, much like the Russia hoax, and the like, comparing it to all these hoaxes that we're all very familiar with. And if that's true, like if we're taking what he said there as true, which we shouldn't do because we know he's constantly engaged in psyops, but I just want to play with that idea for a little bit. If we're going to equate the Epstein list as a narrative tool, just like the Russia collusion hoax was, where they just fabricated a story, ran with it in the media with in the attempt to basically take down Trump with the narrative, right? Like that's what that was. It was a narrative takedown of Trump being a Russian stooge. So if what he's saying there is the Epstein list was the same thing, it was used to take down people publicly with a narrative that, you know, they were engaged in child pedophilia. Did they try to use it on Trump? Did they try to use it on other people? I know Bill Clinton was on the list. Like there's other powerful people. Is Trump saying with that quote there that this is something people used, even though they may not have been engaged in it, but they were just tied to it in the media, and therefore the assumption was that they were engaged in this child pedophilia, but it was just a narrative weapon that's thrown around. Not saying that these crimes don't exist, because I totally believe it does. I'm just trying to toy with the idea of why Trump would have said that in that Truth Social post, and then try to downplay it as if it's like none of this was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like it's very interesting.
Well, it's also entirely possible that there's another shoe to drop on the Epstein story, a piece of information that we just are unaware of. You know, I always keep it in mind, and I think it's just wise to do it in general. Like, we're not going to be infallible about any of the things we believe. Like, we have to really be honest about our levels of detachment from knowing the reality of the Jeffrey Epstein story. There's multiple levels in there. And what we've gotten are media stories, court transcripts, supposed witness and victim testimony, a Netflix documentary. That should be a red flag. But what if there's something additional about the Epstein story, right? What if he was the honeypot guy to trap all these people or something? And we think that that's the case, but we think it on the other side, right? And so, you know, that it's just for compromise and control. Well, it might be just for compromise and control, but it also might be that all of that is what actually is going to end up taking these people down intentionally. And they've been reversing the story so that we are unprepared for an eventuality like that. And again, I don't know that any of that is the case, but to think that we have the complete story on this thing, I think is crazy. I don't think we could say that to ourselves and be honest with ourselves, thinking that we know the entire story. I don't believe that we do. Man, there's a bunch of stories we don't know the entire story to, and a lot of them are formative and foundational for what the truth community broadly and collectively believes. And that's kind of a problem.
I would say all stories we don't know the full truth of.